Most people think building a brand on X is about going viral and racking up millions of impressions. In fact, we've generated over 10 billion impressions for our clients. But here's the thing. Impressions don't make your audience buy from you. I see creators every day chasing likes, chasing retweets, chasing that next dopamine hit, and then they wonder why their bank account looks the exact same way 6 months later. But what if I told you the real money isn't in going viral? The real money is in building a brand so premium that your high-ticket clients are sliding into your DMs begging to work with you. No cold outreach, no begging for sales calls, follower count doesn't even matter. How nice would that be? In this video, I'm showing you the exact framework we use to build premium personal brands that generate millions. The psychology, the content pillars, and the strategies that separate a $1,000 creator from 7- and 8-figure business owners. Alex Hormozi sold $100 million worth of products in a single weekend. Iman Gadzhi did $10 million from a video in a single week. And yes, they used ads and had other platforms in their marketing, but here's the thing, none of that would have been possible without their personal brand. I can't tell you how many businesses come to me that already run ads or already have a successful business, but they need the personal brand to warm up the leads and create that trust and authority before they get to that last stage to purchase. And this all comes with building a premium personal brand. Meanwhile, influencers with millions of followers are launching clothing brands that can't even break $10,000 in sales. The primary difference is that one has a premium personal brand and the other one just has followers. Now, I have a strong personal brand myself, but even if I were to copy their exact marketing strategy, I wouldn't make a fraction of the sales that they were able to make. And the reason for that is because I have not built the same level of awareness, trust, and authority that they have. So what separates a premium personal brand that prints money and one that just collects followers? Element 1 is relatability. Your audience sees themselves in you. When you tell your story, they envision themselves at the beginning of that story, and they envision the outcome at the end being them in the future. At the end of the day, people follow other people, and everyone is looking for their tribe. Element number 2 is authority. You're the obvious expert that they should listen to in your particular niche, and they look at you for advice and pieces of information that they can trust on the subject at hand. And element 3 is aspiration. They look up to you in a way that they want to get to where you are, and because of that story that you shared before, it feels realistic and it feels achievable. Now, a lot of good creators might hone in on just 1 or 2 of these and they've mastered one, but not all 3. And that is what truly separates a premium personal brand from just a normal account. And X is the fastest platform to build this combination. But before I show you exactly how to do this, you need to understand why X is different than every other platform on the internet. Now, obviously, I'm a little bit biased because I built my entire business around Twitter, but hear me out. Each platform has different rules for building a personal brand. Instagram has aesthetics and lifestyle. YouTube has storytelling and depth and production value. TikTok is about entertainment and holding that attention in the first 2 seconds. And X is about information and how you present it. The thing about X is it's less about looking perfect and more about articulating yourself in a clear, well thought out way. And this is why business owners, founders, and CEOs have all huddled into X as their platform of choice. Not only is it the preferred platform when it comes to breaking news, but it's also the platform where people like to post their real, raw, authentic thoughts, both short form and long form. It's a platform that rewards not just entertainment, but also expertise. And whether you're starting from scratch or you're just looking to expand your personal brand, X is the perfect platform to do so. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, building a premium personal brand is much easier if you already have some accomplishments or stories to tell. But even without those, I'm going to show you how to build a premium personal brand from scratch. Maybe you've just sold your business for a $10, $15 million exit, or maybe you have a landscaping gig that's doing 20, 30K a month. Or maybe you're just finally starting to sell coaching around some expertise that you've just acquired. These are the types of clients that we work with at our agency. Because the reason it's easier with accomplishments is you already have authority to talk about and value to share, and it gives you that social proof to back up everything you're saying and allows you to stand out from the 99%. This is what gives you an unfair advantage when building a premium personal brand. But what if you don't have a $15 million exit or a 20K a month landscaping business? Don't be discouraged because this could actually work in your favor. Very few people think they can sell $100 million in a weekend or sell a business for $10 million or even start a landscaping gig for 20K a month. But where you lose on aspirational, you gain on relatability. This is where you gain your unfair advantages. You can share your ups and downs, the behind the scenes, essentially documenting your journey on social media. And as you document your progress in real time, people want to follow along your journey. They feel like they're following a real time story. They might see themselves in you, whether they're ahead of you and they feel like you were once where they were, or they're behind you and they feel aspirational towards you. Now you can start to build to that aspirational feeling as well. The most important thing with this is to obviously be real and share real-time data and real-time feedback and real-time stories, but also to maintain authority by pushing out the accomplishments that you're getting. So for example, if you're documenting your weight loss journey every week, you've lost a few pounds, you've lost a few more pounds, you've had a new PR, you're making sure you're documenting that and it's giving you built up authority over time. So at the end of all of this, you are now the guy who went through a weight loss journey and documented the entire thing. But here's the part most people get wrong when they try to build authority. You need to be the obvious choice for information, not just a good pick or a good fit. For example, you could go mass market like an Alex Ramosi and try to target all small businesses, but you're immediately going to be falling to the advice that he's giving because he's already positioned as the authority in that space. But for example, if you built that landscaping business and you want to give specific advice to landscaping businesses at that exact revenue level, now you are the one of one category fit to give advice on that. For example, I like to give personal brand advice specifically on X and Twitter because I know that our agency is the number one at doing so. So it puts me in a specific position where you are going to be coming to me for the best possible advice. And I am no longer just a good choice, but I am the choice. So how do you actually build a premium personal brand on X? It starts with the PESTO framework. PESTO is 5 content pillars that you can implement into your content to build that premium personal brand. The first pillar is going to be personal, and that's going to be your storytelling, your behind the scenes, your daily struggles, your day-to-day life. Anything that gives insight into your personal life is going to be in this pillar. The next pillar is expertise. This is going to be your mental models, your frameworks, your how-tos, anything that points to the information that you're giving and the value that you're creating. Next is going to be social proof. This is your case studies, your wins, your testimonials, anything that backs up what you've said in the expertise pillar. Fourth is going to be trending. This is going to be taking advantage of what's already getting attention in your space, talking about what's going viral right now, any trending topics in your industry, and generally just the news that's related to what you're talking about. This takes advantage of the SEO of terms that people are already searching and allows you to just jump on that wave and have the wind at your back. The last one is going to be opinions. And this is where you draw a line in the sand because one of two things happens. Number one, they're going to agree with your opinion, and that means they're going to become a follower, they're going to engage, and they're going to resonate deeply with what you've just said. And number two is if they disagree, they're probably going to engage anyway, boost that post up on the algorithm, and you're going to create some conversation. And now it's important to implement all of these pillars because it's what makes your personal brand not only unique, but premium. Because anyone can copy a framework, but nobody can copy you. And using your life experiences as leverage in your content is what makes your personal brand personal. For example, I like to do jujitsu and I like Arsenal. I can talk about those things in a way that nobody can copy me. I can talk about my military background in a way that nobody can copy me. And I can find ways to relate those things back to my expertise and back to my business. And I'm continuously building uniqueness within my personal brand that only I can resonate with. So remember, your unique combination of interests is your competitive advantage. Another example of this is like Joe Rogan, and he specifically is always wrapping things that he likes back into the conversation, like politics and conspiracies, but also MMA and aliens and ayahuasca and DMT or whatever. Like he's always just talking about things that he cares about, no matter who the guest is. And that's what makes him him and makes it so that no one else can copy him. And it starts with the PESTO framework, but there's a million other things that you can implement into your content to start optimizing your growth. And that's why I made this 44-page playbook outlining exactly what you need to do to not only grow, but monetize your personal brand. You can grab it at the link in the description, just enter your email and I'll send that over ASAP. Now, here's where people fail. They try to create everything from scratch. You do need to use your voice and your stories, but you need to plug those into winning formats that are already working out there. It's important to remember that this isn't stealing or copying. This is leverage and strategy. For example, if there's already a winning format of 5 ways to build a business, you can take that format and repurpose it for yourself, but give your specific 5 ways to grow a business. Same with weight loss, or same for anything else. The important thing is that you're implementing your unique IP, your unique ideas, your unique stories, but the hook in the format is something that you can take from winning creators and apply it back to yourself as leverage. Obviously, in an AI world, it's easier than ever to scrape tens of thousands of pieces of content, reverse engineer those back into frameworks, and turn those into actionable insights for yourself. Make your content bookmarkable, not copy-pastable. The most important metric to aim for is that somebody saved your post for later, because that means they found enough value in it to not only share, but also to come back to over and over, and they really saw that as something that they want to keep for the long term. Now, this next part is uncomfortable for most people, but it's a non-negotiable when building a premium personal brand. You need to be a little bit controversial. Hormozi has blown up from his controversial life takes, like not going home for the holidays, working day in and day out 24/7. And even if he might have changed his mind now, a lot of that contributed to building his personal brands to the level it's at today. Now, the important thing is, just like in the opinions pillar, you're going to be drawing that line in the sand where people are either going to agree with you and join for the ride and follow you and engage, or they're going to disagree with you and engage and share. And the important thing is you cannot be liked by everyone. A really good metric to aim for is that maybe 80% of people agree with you, but at least 20% of people are really disliking and not really liking what you're posting, but they're still engaging with you, right? Now, you don't want to teeter too far in either direction. You don't want to be at like 50-50 hate and likes, because then you're going to start getting issues like being banned and people coming after you, and it's a little bit too controversial. So this is a tool you really have to get used to and balance. Now, the most important thing is not to be lukewarm on every single topic. If everyone agrees with you on everything, you're not going to stand out from the competition. And again, you're just going to be a normal personal brand. You're not going to be a premium personal brand that sticks out. But aside from being controversial, this is equally as important. Premium personal brands don't just provide value, they provide a transformation. Every piece of content should move the audience closer to their goal. Instead of here's a tip on how to grow your business, it's here's how to take your business from 10K to 100K a month. Or instead of here's a healthy meal that you can have today, it's here's the diet plan that will help you lose 10 pounds before summer. Vague advice is free, but specific systems are valuable. And when you give your best advice away for free, people will pay you for the implementation. So let me tie this together with one final thought. Building a premium personal brand on X is not about gaming the algorithm. It's not about posting 10 times a day. It's not about using the perfect hook formula. It's about building trust at scale. When Alex Hormozi sold $100 million in a weekend, it wasn't from just one landing page or one ad. It was years and years and years of daily content compounding to build that trust and authority required to monetize all at once. When people trust you, they don't need to be convinced. They just need to hear the offer. And that's what a premium personal brand does. It makes selling feel like serving. And when you build that level of trust, people don't just buy from you, they beg to buy from you. Now, you have the framework, but here's one thing I did not tell you at the beginning of this video. Everything I just shared with you is completely useless if you don't actually start. You could have the perfect content pillars, the perfect framework, the perfect strategy, but if you don't post consistently, nothing changes. So here's what you want to do right now. Open X, write one post using the PESTO framework, share a personal story, an expert insight, or a contrarian opinion, and commit to doing this every single day for the next 90 days. That's how you start building a premium personal brand right now. And again, if you're looking to build your personal brand on X and you want to speed up that process right now, you can grab that 44-page playbook. The link is in the description below. Just enter your email and I'll send it over to you immediately. And lastly, click on the video you see right now. I'm going to be breaking down a free content strategy for how you can start growing your X account right now. Hope this helps. I appreciate you for watching. Cheers.